There's lots of saying and quotes that goes, do one thing every day that scares you. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Or if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And one of the most popular one being, step out of your comfort zone. Now, while most people might disagree for obvious and different contexts, and even with a counter saying that goes, fishes cannot survive outside water, which we all know, life and living has shown in different ways that desires often create difficulties. And one of the many ways to gain an experience or overcome a fear is simply by doing something for the first time. Hey you, and welcome to another episode of Youcouldpod. I'm your host, Viva. And on this episode, the topic of this episode is desirable difficulty. Now, just like the saying, desirable difficulty, I think a difficulty that one desires the most. When a person or group of person tend to want to do something, suffer for the meantime, just for a long time goal. But I'm not going to be talking alone with this topic because I have someone with me I feel understands desirable difficulty with physicality. Yeah. Hello, Timothy.
Hello, Viva.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hello, everybody. Hello, listeners.
Hi. Oh, will I best call you FIFA 10?
Oh, coach.
Oh, coach. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So you are event host and you specialize in coaching.
Yeah.
Physicality. Just talk to me. Just tell me in your own words your specialties.
Okay. I'm actually certified coach.
Okay.
Mostly football. I have certification from National Institute for Sports to coach football and to train.
Oh.
Yes. I also coach indoor sports, mostly or specifically Scrabble. Yes. I do other sports too. And also I'm an event host, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mostly bring fun.
Yeah, mostly the first time we met, you were, and we butted heads a little.
Yes,
I don't forget.
I was like, who's this?
It was fun.
It's not I'm very white,
Now you understand.
I understand.
Yeah, it's actually good to know. Now, with this topic, desirable difficulty, what does it personally mean to you?
Okay. A lot of people like the easy way out.
Right.
Yes. But any difficulty or any goal or dream that you want to achieve, there is going to be what is called desirable difficulty.
Yeah.
There's going to be a difficult part of it that you have to embrace.
Yeah.
You have to just embrace that difficult part of the task, part of the journey to get to achieve the goal or dream. So I feel anything that you want, that you are working towards getting in life, and you face a hard task, it's something that you need to do. You understand? That's why it's called desirable. You need to do it, but it is difficult.
Yeah, suffer for the meantime, for the long time goal.
Exactly.
And I think fitness is one of those stuff that you definitely suffer for the meantime, because going to the gym, working out, it's not even a joke.
Yeah.
Dieting, imagine for someone like me who likes to eat, and not just who likes to eat sugary stuff.
Wow.
So it's definitely, wow. Did you have to say that?
Wow. That's what they call cravings.
Yeah.
That's what they call cravings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. It's mostly particular with ladies.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
These cravings I'm talking about, this sweet, sugary stuff.
Okay.
Because we are already used to, most guys are already used to, drinking ago, drinking the hard thing,
right?
Bitters,
yes.
all those stuff that they are.
Guys are already used to.
Naturally, this topic is for guys.
Exactly. I mean, that's why you have the perfect fit for
I'm
it.
telling you, because we're already used to difficulties.
Yeah.
Growing up, maybe we'll get to that point, but growing up as a young guy, you're already being pressured. Just being a man, you're already being pressured, to make ends meet. Even while growing up. Yes, you have to make ends meet for yourself. you have to make ends meet for your siblings, and most times too for your parents, even before you even graduate from university. So, it's a
That is
difficult.
if you went to the university, because we
Yes.
also have to realize that there are so many other Nigerians
Yes.
who didn't get to that part
Yes.
or who didn't have that opportunity to go to
Yes.
school.
So that is even one of the desirable difficulties of life.
Being a man.
Being a man. Yes.
So you're going to say that men have it way more harder than women?
A lot. While trying to get jobs, most times they prefer, especially when the jobs are office jobs, executive jobs, they prefer women to men.
Really? So,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, of course, we know of the whole crazy thing that is going on now about feminism and the radicalization of feminism.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been because men has always been at that top and women are trying to like level up. So now you're saying that,
Yes.
I mean, of course, from a man's perspective, I couldn't possibly know what it feels like to be a man, because as much as we know that the society is hard, of course, the patriarchy is hard, even for the people who made it. I mean, a world made by men, for men, against men.
Men have to work their way up.
Really?
Most of the times, if not all the time.
So what do women do?
Unlike women that mostly smile at people and get favors.
It always fascinates me when men say things like that. But
You dress well and walk to the bus stop and a guy stops by and picks you up while the other guys have been standing there for
please tell me, how many persons have you ever picked up being at the bus stop? It starts with you. I mean, if you've done something, then you can always go back to.
I've been the victim. Yes. I'm standing there at the bus stop. Cars will be passing by. The moment a fine lady just walks by and stopped by me, sometimes I'm happy, that, okay, since she's standing by me, maybe if they want to pick, they can come the two of us. But most times, it doesn't work out.
Maybe you should try and get friendly with them.
Jesus Christ.
Be like, madam, please, if they want to pick you, remember me.
So the moment you say, I'm with her, the guy can zoom off.
Exactly. I mean, of course,
the guy is looking for.
Would you not zoom off? Okay, let's be personal right now. If you are in the shoes and you see a girl you like, and there is a guy there, would you pick the girl and the guy? Be honest.
The truth is that
you won't.
Just like I'm saying it now.
Okay.
I'm trying to stand for the men.
No. I'm
trying to stand for. That's how I behave.
But that's the thing. Sometimes when these discussions go on, it's as if people get very defensive. It's not about, I'm not trying to have this because I am trying to side for the women. I'm just trying to get a perspective, because the truth is I'm a woman.
Yeah.
As much as I have brothers, I have male friends, I've worked with guys. My perspective about being a man is definitely going to be different. It's never the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not about being defensive or trying to take a side. It's just trying to understand or get what it means to be in that light. But anyway, with desirable difficulties, now I know, before I even go into the desirable difficulty, now I understand, I mean, how guys feel when they're fellow guys. So that stuff they say, the man do man. It's a bad one.
I'm telling you.
And it's something you would do too. Being in the shoes, you would do.
I've tried as much as possible to balance things,
Okay.
Although, I will not lie to you, there are favors that women get, even from me, that a guy might not get.
Oh, what are they? I mean, off the top of your head.
Let's assume we are trekking now.
Okay.
Everybody's trekking. And maybe we are trekking because we have not found a cab to take us to where we are going to. And a cab just stops by and just one passenger.
I'm beginning to sense the whole, either at the bus stop, we are trekking, we are standing. Are you always like, are you always in these situations?
The truth is that just like we are saying, there's a lot of desirable difficulty, that you can, what would I call it now? You can put or apply to this my job.
Okay.
You get to athleticism, coaching, and sports in general. A lot of people trek, jog to the pitch, and it might be miles away from their house.
Yeah.
You get some even ladies too. Yes, because I did my course in Lagos where I had a lot of ladies come to the stadium to work out and all of that. So I see them to struggle. And, even guys struggle, ladies struggle to get a place on the team, to just train and all of that. So most of them to trek and jog from a very far distance to the pitch. Sometimes, in their midst.
Can we use like walking? I feel like trekking makes it sound like suffering. Yes, of course.
If you say walk, it looks like you are just cruising.
Yes, I mean, exactly, desirable difficulty.
Yeah.
So you're certified by the National Institute of Sport.
Yes.
What does that entail to get certified? I mean, you went to school, obviously, after school, and then you decided, what was the drive? What was the first thing? Why did you even decide this was your thing?
I had a passion, or I've always had a passion for sports.
Okay.
I wanted to play professionally. I tried, like many young guys tried, but maybe I passed the age limit. I told myself the truth.
Okay.
That, look, guy, you are beyond this limit and you are not there yet. So you have to look for something to do. If you want a career in sports, you have to look for something to do.
Okay.
You have to think. And already before long, I already had a passion too for coaching. There's this game we always play on the console, PS2, Master League.
Okay.
There is the coaching version. There is the one that you just. I've always been playing coaching versions.
Oh.
I've always been doing Football Manager on my phone and all of that. I just found love for grooming things, grooming people. Watching the development curve.
Ooh.
You understand?
Okay.
Watching to see that this thing that you just started, it is growing. Your players are growing. They are getting better ratings and all of that. I was doing it on the virtual level before, I started doing it on the physical level, on the field. So when I got to the university, I was so disappointed at the system. Then I was planning to just do the football thing on the side as a hobby. I started doing, I started coaching my departmental teammates. I just gathered the ones that were interested in football.
How do you get them to
it's something that comes natural for me.
Oh,
like I said,
convincing people.
Yes, if I come into this place, I can convince everybody here to be in on the game. Yes.
You're like the devil's advocate.
It comes natural. So I just, everybody likes to have fun.
Yeah.
But people like to have organized fun.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not just random
fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sometimes people want to have fun, they go to a place and they are disappointed because they promise fun and at the end, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Or at the end, it's just, the fun is not consistent. At many points,
that
boring atmosphere.
Yeah.
But when I come, I try to keep the life up. What next? And all these things have to come with organization, proper organization.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm bringing science now to the art of games and sports and fun because that is art. Just bringing the organization, planning before time, making sure everything is on schedule, making sure you have this game after this game, making sure you read the room to know who's participating, who's not participating. Is this game dull? Let me quickly change it. All this kind of stuff. So I had the charisma for it right from time. Like I said, it came to me naturally. I felt like God wanted me to do something in this line. So when I got to university, even before then, they already had people that play together. They group themselves and play together. Because I came in 100 level and there are some people that did, PG before 100 level. So they already had that familiarity. They already had that group.
Okay.
So when I came, I just showed leadership. I showed organization. I volunteered myself, my money. I was always there first. I brought out my money. I bought balls. Bought some certain small things we use. Sometimes I give out my boots, the ones that I've stopped using. And I volunteered to be a little bit away from the fun. Because a lot of people want to play. Nobody wants to be, many people are not cut out to be organizing the fun.
Yeah.
You understand?
Controller.
Yes. Many people are not cut out to, and they don't want to deprive themselves of that fun of playing. But like I said, since this was natural to me and I enjoy doing it, and something I was passionate about, it was easy for me to win them. So when we started doing our first voting for captain, so they made me captain, made one other guy assistant captain. From being a captain, I just carried them along like that. And that was how I started. So when it dawned on me that I have to make this a profession, was when we had a tournament, one of the first tournaments in school. It was hosted by, it's like the SUG or so.
What school was this?
Michael Upper University of Agriculture.
Okay.
In Udike, 1 year.
Okay.
So we had that competition, and some other clubs, academies have been training for so long, came from outside, registered their teams. Some teams in school to register their teams and all of that. I registered our team. Like I said, I made a lot of sacrifice.
Wow.
You know, I brought out the money.
You were literally like playing the role of a lecturer while being the student.
You know, I was already doing the manager stuff, you know.
Yeah.
For people that are familiar with football know what they call manager. Managers are the ones that, you know, do a lot more than coaches.
Okay.
So I was already doing the manager role, playing the manager role. So I brought my money, registered the boys, you know.
Wow.
And we have been training.
You must have been making a whole lot of money while in school.
Oh, this is my pocket money. My dad
Yeah, wherever the pocket money is coming from.
It's just for small sacrifice, you know. You know, the education fee then, how much? It's about 10K. You know, my dad was giving me 20K. So
you're balling.
I was just sometimes, although some people support it, I will not say I took all the whole.
Yeah, I mean, you had the resources. You had funding from somewhere.
Okay.
That's it.
So I registered them, and to cut the whole long story short, we played that competition and I won it. We won it.
Oh.
It was an eye-opener for me. Other teams registered, other teams that have been training for so long before I came on board.
Oh.
That means there's something. You know, I won it
your
with
first
team.
time.
That was the first time.
I'm
telling you the truth. I won it and they gave us a cash prize. The pictures are there on my Facebook page.
Wow.
You know, that was when it dawned on me. I told myself that, I have to chase this.
Am I doing
dream.
computer science?
You know, I have a bigger dream. I have a bigger calling. Yeah. And I knew that it was, even then I didn't even know how to start. I did not know where to go from here, how to make it a profession. I just knew that let me just be doing what I know how to do, which is to gather the boys and train. It was when I left school, in 2018, or prior to that time, I started making research. How do I become a professional coach? You know, I heard about National Institute for Sports and all of that. You know, other nations, they have their own agency or institute for sports. Or in Nigeria, National Institute for Sports is the highest institute for sports. Okay. So I said, okay, I will go there. So that's how, and now I'm here.
Yeah. Well done you did well.
There's a whole lot of desirable difficulty.
Yes, right? and I feel like when it comes to, of course, desirable difficulty, academic desirable difficulty, you know, when it comes to academics, most times, youth and every other person, like young people, are usually influenced by, you know, maybe what your parents have always wanted. You know, me personally, you know, I feel like this is like a story every young person had. You know, you have your parents or parents who actually wanted to be a particular thing or wanted to do a thing, but they couldn't do it. So they impose it into their child and be like, you have to do this. This is what you're going to do. And sometimes the kid is not quite equipped to do that particular thing. They want to do something else. I mean, would you say that was like a bit of your case? Because, I mean, it was computer science that you were doing, but at the time you realized that coaching would
even
actually...
now, I still face that pressure.
Yeah, even peer...
Yes, for my parents, like you said, you know, we have parents that, I don't know, maybe it's just their failures. They just want to see you fail. They do it out of love, but at the same time, you know, they should know better as time goes by that every kid has something different in them. You know, they don't have to be what you wanted to be. Yeah,
but you know, our parents back then, you know, I mean, they didn't actually have that, you know. The millennials had a different kind of parenting styles and all that, because if I want something and I couldn't have it, maybe my own parents couldn't give it to me, I have to give it to my child. I mean, literally, it's every parent's goal to give their child what they couldn't. Yes. So that wasn't your case at all, because I mean, dad was giving you money, enough money for you to be funding and buying boots.
At the point it stopped, at the point it stopped, but at that point I just had to maximize what I had there. It wasn't even enough because that money is supposed to cover for feeding, everything, school, apart from school fees, everything in school, including your handouts, and you know how the university is.
Yeah, of course.
So it was not really enough, but at that time, he was still working. So he was like, okay, this is just my quota for the kids and all of that. I just had to maximize that money at that point.
And you never had, say, maybe a peer pressure, maybe not actually a pressure, but the fact that, you know, maybe you could have a group of friends or maybe a clique where you all want to go. I mean, it starts with, you know, back in secondary school, as you're about to write JAMB, you're like, oh, we are going to go to the same school. We are going to go to this particular school. And that somehow influence maybe the course the person wants to take. But like, my friends are in this area, maybe I should be in this area. Did you ever, like...
I did not really have peer pressure because...
Oh, you were actually the one, like...
Yes, I was pressuring the other kids.
Exactly.
So, I actually flow with people that I want to be in my circle. Okay. If I don't want you in my circle, I would so be friendly to you, but will not be that close. So you cannot influence me. You cannot really influence me. So I influence people more.
So how many people did you pressure? Of course, I mean, since you were getting pressured, you are doing it.
I guide people. I don't pressure them.
Oh, okay. You refuse to
don't pressure because I know I don't do so well under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I don't do so well under pressure.
Wow.
Yes.
Most people say that's like a job criterion. If you are...
It's something everybody puts in their CV.
Exactly.
Work under pressure.
I work very well under pressure.
No, me, I don't do so well. That's why I like to find my own, what I call it, my own niche, my own ground. I find my own things that I can dominate in.
Yeah.
Yes. I create stuff for myself. Most times when I even go to there was a time I did a corporate job.
Okay.
You know, they created a portfolio for me. You get, because I don't really fit in. Yes. I don't really fit in like that. So, peer pressure was nothing for me then. I did not have any except maybe looking at other people that are succeeding and wanting to succeed like them. But I've always had that school of thought that everybody succeeds in their own way.
Yeah.
Yes.
At their time.
At their own time. You know, it's only parents that will put pressure on. Parents put pressure on me. They put so much pressure on me. And I'm the first child. I'm the first child. I'm the first boy. You know, so my sister is even working. She's doing a corporate job. She's at Abuja right now.
Okay.
And I'm sure my parents want that for me too. They don't even see what I'm doing. Like, they don't really see what I'm doing. There's a whole lot of pressure coming from them. From my mom especially.
Yeah.
But I'm just pushing. So that's how it is.
So when it comes to societal desirable difficulty, was that a thing, like, you know, society, as much as, of course, you couldn't be influenced, it wasn't easy to influence, but, you know, trying to gather people, did you ever have maybe friends or pressure or maybe relatives or people who a little bit higher than you maybe try to tell you, is this actually what you want to do? Is this how lucrative is this? Yes. How money-wise is this?
Where the societal pressure comes from is mostly in relationships.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
And you've had quite a few.
Yeah, I've had a lot of disappointments, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Why?
In the relationship. Because I don't know why I tend to personal history has shown that I bond more with people that are far, that are distant from me. You get online.
Is that toxicity? Is there a level of toxicity?
Yes, I want to bond with people that are close to me. But at the same time, the people that are far from me, we go along, we get along.
I think there's like a desirable difficulty for you.
That's what I'm telling you.
Because you know that they are not actually that close.
It is.
You desire it because it's a little bit difficult.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe that's it. But
because sometimes when it comes to relationship, I mean, usually there's this general norm that people say, when it comes to guys, it'd be like, if you play hard to get, you know, it lasts longer. I mean, I wouldn't know you're the guy, you know.
you play hard to get.
Yeah, exactly. Then it tarries, it takes time.
It depends on your value. But for many guys that don't look out for value and they look out for, what will I say they look out for? Maybe just that shakarasha that girls know how to do, you know, to them, it gives them that drive. I want to go for this person.
So what was it for you? I mean, people who were close to you weren't a thing, but people who were far.
Maybe it's because, like I said, maybe it's because I mind my own space more.
Okay.
Yes. So even if I come here, like here, I just try to do my job here. Yeah. I try to do my job.
Yeah,
everything is
when
like,
I came, you were like standing. I'm like, why are you standing?
Almost everything is like a job for me.
Yeah.
You know, if you invite me to an event, I might not attend. Might not attend unless I see me performing a role there.
Oh, if you're just going to be a floor member,
I'm just going to be a floor member.
Why do I have to be there?
Do I have to be there? I am going to prioritize more other things. It's not as if I don't want to be there, but other things will definitely jump at the top of my priority.
I mean, there's this crazy astrology and all that. This is where I have to ask you, what's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Oh my God, of course! You guys are like strong-willed, exactly.
I'm stubborn.
And your birthday was just...
Yes. Just last July 29th.
Oh,
the last month.
Belated happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I want to talk about the desirable difficulty with fitness. Just like you said sometimes people trek and women also trek and men trek. You coach from, what's the age level you coach? I mean, adults, young adults, or kids? What's it like?
I worked with Barcelona Academy.
Okay.
You know, the one that is based in Spain. They actually have a branch in Lagos. So while I was working with them, they have, let's say, 6-year-olds.
Oh.
Yes, 6-year-olds.
That young.
Yes.
You must be good with kids.
I'm very good.
How many of you, do you have any?
No.
How many are you intending to have?
Just four. But I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of other adopted kids. Not officially adopted, but
okay.
I'll have the community.
Fostered and all that.
Yes, I'll be a mentor to a lot of them. So.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm already a mentor to a lot of them.
So working with kids at that age, how easy is it? I don't want to say difficult. How easy is it?
It's fun. We have to make it fun for them.
Okay.
We have to make it fun for them. It's not basically about how much you can teach them. It's not so much about how much you can teach them, but it's about how much fun they're having.
Yeah.
You know, how much fun they're having, how much are they enjoying the sport.
Okay.
And why doing it.
Keeping them entertained.
Yes, why doing it? You know, there's a saying that practice makes perfect, you know.
Obviously.
So why doing something from a young age? You are bound to pick up some certain, and your learning at that point is so sharp. You pick a lot of lessons even without somebody telling you. So you just learn. Yes, intuitive learning. You learn from studying other people, watching other kids do stuff. So our job then is just to make it fun, make it entertaining, try to engage the kids, try to make sure that, you know, they are not fainting while doing it.
Right?
Yes,
or throwing
tantrums. Observe them to make sure that they are not, you know, that at least they are still, you know, they are still fit enough. Because if you watch, although they have a lot of energy at that level, you know, but once you start seeing them getting tired and all of that, before then, you observe a lot. That's what we do with kids.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Just observe a lot, watch them and allow them to play.
Yeah, so, I mean, having worked with adults, young adults and kids, what would you say, I mean, of course, not to pick favorites, but what group would you say it's your particular, I prefer to?
I prefer working with the adolescents.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, 11 to...
Let's say 13 to 18.
Okay.
Yes, they are more receptive to learning. At that point, they understand what it means.
You really have
what
an idea.
Discipline
means.
So you can actually infuse a lot of discipline in them at that point. You know, kids, you cannot do too much They just have to watch and learn what you do. So whatever you do in front of them, they pick. But from 16, those ones that come from 16, you can tell them, hey, don't do that. You can, and they know not to. They know that this is for a reason. You can instruct them, and it is fun with them because, at that stage, they are yearning for learning. They have a dream. They have something to, or the adults, those ones, most of them, they're playing for fun. They can come, right? They can come and once something doesn't sit well with them, they just scatter things or they just leave the training ground. It's always difficult with adults because they don't really have so much of a dream.
And one would think that, being an adult would actually be...
Working with adults is the most difficult. I'm telling you, it's the most difficult because most of them feel like they know.
Yeah.
They feel like they know that thing that you are saying. You want to tell them, they know. A lot of,
I'm just saying, I'm paying you. Are you telling me?
What are you telling me? Don't worry, I'll do this one. Don't worry, don't tell me what to do. That kind of stuff. You'll be telling an adult, they just want to be unnecessarily stubborn. Some of them are not disciplined. And another thing, they have grown to an age where enforcing discipline is now difficult. You get? So they just want to do whatever they have been accustomed or used to doing. You get? They are not at that stage now. Like my mom used to always say, it's difficult to bend an okra tree.
Oh.
Yes. And it's difficult to bend. If you try to bend, you can break it. So you bend these things while they are growing, while they are so
it's best for young adults.
Yes, young adults.
Yeah.
16 adolescents, 16 to 18, 22 max.
So during the your period of coaching, of course, there is there is what is expected of someone who wants to, there's a goal weight. Have you ever had maybe a kid or young adult who's maybe somehow overweight? Do you guys train, maybe your training starts from, getting them to be in shape first and all that? How tough does that?
That's like the basic thing to do most times with newcomers, people that are new to sports, or people that have left training for a very long time, or people
Fitness,
yes, or people that are what they call them, that live sedentary lifestyles, like they don't exercise, they don't really see exercise as a teen, they don't have, exercise is programmed workout, not general physical activity.
Okay.
So people think that once I'm busy now, I try to work every day and all of that. You have to have a programmed workout plan for you to be exercised. If not, you might be stressing yourself.
So you're saying anything apart from you deciding and being intentional about exercise is not actually exercise.
Yes. Why we cannot call it exercise is because while exercising, you try as much as possible to prevent injuries. While coaching or training someone, you say, I'm giving this person exercise or a workout, you are trying to prevent, maximum way to prevent injuries. That's why we design it. We design a training plan. And we may not be able to use one training plan for everybody.
Okay.
You understand? So now, if you say by yourself, without a coach, without any, they undermine or underrate coaches a lot, the role of coaches. Sometimes even doctors try to play the role of a coach. In other advanced countries, when a doctor wants to prescribe an exercise plan for you or advise you to do exercise, they will tell you, I'm going to contact a coach.
Yeah.
Or contact this coach. He's going to instruct you on how to exercise. You understand? But here, we don't do it that way. And a doctor will just tell you, just walk around your estate. Just walk around your estate every day.
Find a way to.
And there are a lot of things to consider there. Number one, the type of floor you are working on. Number two, the type of footwear you are using. Number three,
You're saying for someone like me, there's no hope. No. Because if I have to consider all of that, the type of floor I'm walking on, I'm trying to recall how straight how crooked has the floors I've been on. How have they been?
Because it can affect you adversely, your knee especially.
Right.
That's why a lot of people, while aging, it gets even athletes, professional athletes, you see them a lot of times now, you see them having knee problems,
Yeah.
because they have been used to training on quota. They have been jogging on quota without the proper footwear for a very long time.
Okay.
These people that we do it a lot in Nigeria.
I was going
you
to
see people walking
go
out
to that part.
you see people walking, if you go to Obikwe now, you see people walking out, that bit down, you just see people walking out, every Saturday they're there on that quota. And I'm not sure whoever is coaching them advises them about footwear, proper footwear and all of that. Doing that over for a long range of time, you definitely injure your knee.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
So these are things that, like I
There
said,
are trainers that should be bought for a specific
yes, and you don't do
place.
it for so long.
Oh.
You just do it. Maybe I don't have anywhere to. Let me just, and you must use the right footwear. You understand? Those footwear will give you a soft landing. It will help you. It will help you mimic the floor of a gym.
For me, when I go to shop for trainers, I actually have to look at the aesthetics, how fine it is.
Oh.
And if it is fine enough,
Yeah.
and I ask the guys there, can I use this to work out? They say
Yeah.
yes. I fit what? Yes, it's doing what job. So, actually, are there bodies, in this country that is meant to, go around, investigating or actually checkmating to be sure that, these fitness centers and all that are actually are the cause?
Many of, I would have said we had bodies, but that even the basic bodies in Nigeria has failed us. NAFDAC is supposed to be one of the most sensitive body in Nigeria because they are for food and drugs. Things are going directly into our mouth, before we even start talking about gym, before we start talking about training. Something that you can just easily pick and eat.
Yeah, we hear so much in social media now about the whole idea.
Yourself. People take videos these days. I saw one. It was using sniper to preserve stockfish and to drive flies away.
Yeah, I think there's actually, I don't know, I think I heard or read this somewhere, I'm not quite sure, that sniper is actually meant to remove, was it Viva, that stuff that is meant to be in beans, but in a particular amount.
Wow.
To really, that's what it was designed for.
Have you read the label of sniper?
So
you can
to buy sniper.
So you can see
that idea of when then they say people were taking sniper and all that. I feel like each time I see that stuff, even people selling it, I'll be like,
just be like,
what did you
they're selling it,
people gonna die about this stuff. Why?
But as a coach, I teach a lot because I'm also a wellness coach. I work with a wellness company right now. So I'm also a wellness coach. So we teach a lot about the harmful effects or adverse effects of chemicals going through our body. To the extent that we now discourage people from even microwaving food in cans or in some certain materials.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
This one you're saying now, I don't understand.
Why do you think that cancer cells are dominant now and almost everybody, even Nigerians now, are now being diagnosed with cancer?
Yes, it's true, but the thing also is that, when you get this food that is in a pack, and then you start thinking, if I now remove this food and I'll put it in a plate, and I'll microwave it, not only do I have to wash the plate, from lazy people like me, why don't I just microwave it inside and then eat it from there, and then throw away the pack immediately, everything goes.
Those little things that we do, that's why we are talking about desirable difficulty, and I find the topic very interesting because it is actually a desirable difficulty to be intentional about what
to suffer now, just for you to be healthy long term.
Yes. To be particular about what you put in your mouth, how it is being prepared, where you get it from, and all of that. So
you say you actually care about where your food comes from, particularly. Do you know, this is where I'm different. If I taste the food there and it is sweet, see, hey God, any rationale about where it came from is out of the window. If it tastes bad, now I can. Why? Who made this food? Why would they bring this food here? But if it just tastes well, will I say, there's this saying that the Tino the King African man. I mean, of course, you've heard of it.
I've heard
So
of that saying.
most times people will say, what's there? We've been doing this stuff now.
It's because
Even
we
the
don't-
5 seconds rule. If he falls on the floor, I mean,
Just-
we need to immediately before the count of 5
It's because we don't keep proper data in this country.
Yeah.
If not, you will know a lot of people that have died from dirty.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
If we keep proper data in this country,
And I feel like lately, I don't know how into social media you've been, with some of these bloggers, there's been like a pandemic, I don't want to say pandemic, but like a pandemic of content that people have been shooting. I understand, of course, 100% that there are people who, not everyone has clean environments and all that. I understand that Nigeria is still one of the poverty capitals of the world, but you see some content that people shoot about when it comes to food and they're trying to show you their lifestyle, how little they're living. And it's actually filthy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, now wow.
Hello.
Does it actually have to be up to that extent? Of course, okay, wellness. So you guys tutor people on, the proper way to feed, what best to, what's the market like? Like, what's your customer base like? Do you think is it something that is big enough? Is there so many people who care about this stuff? Or is it a market only saturated for the rich?
People are getting to be interested in it. It is like a new trend. A lot of young people too, but mostly, let's just call it the millennials now, not just rich people, because there are a lot of rich people too that don't care about their health. I'll say that, yes. They don't really care. It's anything goes. Just eat anything that comes by. But the educated, let me just put it that way, the educated, the informed, the ones that are generally conscious about things, about hygiene.
Yeah.
So they are buying into this. They are buying into the wellness market.
Okay.
So you see them, a lot of people now are using supplements for one thing or the other. Supplements has been prevalent these days as a result of wellness coaches. Because yes, that's what we prescribe. That's what we tell you, that instead of you to take drugs, eat healthy. And most of the food we eat in this
Is it really healthy? Or it's the fact that it's your market? Sometimes when just like the fitness market will come and tell you have to exercise to this point, that you have to do this. And of course, there's marketing and there's money to be made in everything. And I understand that being humans, as much as, yes, we mean well, the fact that we are still making money from it, we'll still have to, heighten the idea, even when it doesn't have to be that loud.
Generally, most times when you think about it, things this way, you try to make your own research a little bit. How much of nutrients am I getting from my basic meal?
Okay.
You understand? How much, like, if we ask everybody in this room now, just tell me what you're eating today. 90% or more than 90% of us might not have eaten enough protein today. And protein is like the building block of
what have I eaten
cells.
today? If we should ask me, what have I eaten today? I can't do
A lot of us
it.
are malnutrited, or malnourished on a cellular level.
Oh, okay.
That cellular type of or level of malnutrition is what even makes us fall sick rapidly. Yes, apart from that, there's mosquitoes everywhere and malaria.
Of course, I'm bad.
But that's malnutrition. We don't eat healthy. We live and we stress ourselves so much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say what I want to say, but I'm just saying, I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but the way the country is going, the way things are going, the way our doctors are leaving the country, and the way we are ignorant about a lot of things, and the way even money is not enough for us to eat healthy and all of that.
And cost of living.
Hospitals might be filled. A lot of people, in short, they have said that the mortality rate has reduced drastically over the years. A lot of people will die early because of all these things. Yes.
So how lucrative is this, being part of the Institute of Sports and all that?
It is a very risky venture.
Okay.
Yes, for everybody involved, for both the coaches and the players. Why? Because for players, we have a limit to your career. For players, like I said, when you get to 30, everybody starts seeing you as you're already on your decline. Yeah. So imagine, no matter what you are earning at that stage, you're already thinking about what next. Because you know that no matter what in life, no matter how much you have earned so far, bills will still come. You have to still offset bills. You don't even know what is coming in the future. A drastic or a tragedy can happen, and it can take almost all the money you have. You can even need to borrow more and all of that. Yeah. So, you know, as I'm saying, it's a very risky venture. And for coaches, they are judging you based on your results, your day-to-day results, and especially
it doesn't really matter about age.
You know, it doesn't matter about age. It doesn't matter much about age. They're judging you based on your results. If you can deliver results, fine. While you're delivering results, your job is safe. But a lot of factors we can point to a lot of factors, you know, to judge for results. A lot of factors beyond the coach's control. So while you are doing your perfect job, your excellent job, another factor can be behind the scene, helping you to fail. And while he's helping you to fail, your job is, I'm telling you. You could say, and when he's helping you to fail, your job is on a very, very, what I call it, your job is on the line. Yeah. Your job is on the line. It's a big risk. So if you lose your job now, that means you'll be without job for a while before you even get another job. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you are without a job for a very long time. Depending on your pedigree, depending on how much you're promoting yourself, depending on your CV, you know, and all of that, and depending on your results, you know, during that short time. So I would say, like I said, it's a very risky job for both everybody involved. Apart, that being said, the pay per goal now in Nigeria is not still meeting up yet to other countries, to what they pay in most developed countries, and even within some countries in Africa. So both for coaches, both for players.
So we are meeting up,
we are behind. But
we have so much talent here.
We have a lot of that. That's what I'm saying now. The fact that we don't have a proper culture of accountability, of organization, of keeping data, of even being reliable. But a lot of people see Nigerians as fraudsters. Yes. Yeah. Yes. In every sector. It's not only people that are pressing on their phone. Both you that is doing one-on-one business with the scouts. A lot of scouts have been defrauded. A lot of footballers have been defrauded. Even in Nigerians too. So it is a risky thing. It's really a risky thing for anybody that is involved. I believe that we have Messi that we have not seen in this country. We have Messi. We have people that are better than Messi that we have not seen. Just because they did not find their way because of the system of the country. You get. So, although a lot of things are being done, but I would say that they are not enough. We can be doing more. So, right now, I can still tell you that there are coaches here that earn up to ₦1 million per month. Whether they are being paid consistently, I don't know. Okay. Because even the federal government owes. Okay. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Even the federal government owes. Yes. Yes. Or even foreign coaches, they owe foreign coaches. Yeah. Yes. So, but we are saying that on paper, the salary is 1 million. But whether you have been paying consistently, nobody knows.
They feel they pay like 300K, but on paper you're a millionaire.
You understand? And on that things, true, your money can be going to different sources for it to get to you. Your 1 million, if you don't reach 400K, you know, this kind of things. Wow. Yes, definitely. Because there are godfathers almost in every sector. There's somebody that puts you there. So even as you have a professional job, you studied it and all of that, most top footballers earn more than even the top coaches. Yes. So, and like I said, they are giving contracts, reviewed contracts based on results, based on goals scored and all that factors. Now, in Nigeria, footballers earn as little as #0, from #0 to, let's say on the average.
#0 is a thing. Like no pay.
Yeah, thank you. If you look at other sports that doesn't have wellness status, you see a lot of them are sponsoring themselves. A lot of people that are doing athletics. So you gather money and help themselves to travel.
What to do now?
So that is the situation of the country. Wow. So we have a long way to go, putting systems right, you know, making sure that we have football is a very good business, very lucrative business. A lot of benefits to make. White people, that's their oil money. Yes, for especially Europeans. Yeah. England, that's their oil money. Yes, a lot of footballers, a lot of people in the country pay taxes, major taxes. Most of the taxes come from footballers. Yes. So, and from football clubs and all of that. So they take it seriously. Here we have everything it takes to take it seriously. For bad leadership and bad culture.
There's no way we are doing that.
So that's so I would say on the average, compared to any other job that you put even a little bit of effort, like a little bit of comparable effort, football pays way low. Yes, compared to any other job that you put in that amount of risk or a little bit of risk that is can be compared to that. It pays way low, way low, way low. Your life is on the line. Your age, like after your playing days, you have a lot of years to live on the wheelchair. Some people can be on the wheelchair for years. Some people can be without. Some people suffer brain tumor, collisions, a lot of problems that people, derive from football, So, but the game is not paying so much in Nigeria. So most of us, our plan is to jump.
Of course, don't we all? Worst case scenario for a coach? I mean, when the football is not going, what's what's something you can go into? Like, what's it called? An occupation or a career you can switch to? Okay, you say this is no longer working. I think I'm producing.
I can be a presenter, football presenter, an analyst.
Okay.
They even pay those people way more than coaches that put their skin on the line every day because we train players in adverse weathers. In weather, whether it's sunny, it's rainy. Most of what I'm going through now, sometimes I've been under the rain coaching. You get so the cold has gotten into me, that much. So that is it. So we there's a lot of risk, a lot of hazard, job hazard on it. So for coaches, if you are well educated, you can go into the media. You can be an analyst. You can work as maybe you can sell football.
You can sell football what? You
can sell football and football boots.
That is very funny. Anyway, thank you, Viva, for coming and explaining desirable difficulty when it comes to fitness, wellness, and all that. Now I know if I have to buy gym shoes or whatever, I have to be particular about where I have to wear them to.
Yeah.
And the fact that straight floors or crooked floors, I see that's a very hard thing to come by because we live in this country. There are places, there's gallop everywhere.
The footwear that's the preventive measure. It's just like when you are doing job hazards, because we learn a lot of courses when we are doing football coaching. I learned first aid, learned psychology, especially sports psychology. I learned massage therapy. Many of these things that we learn, and in job hazard, one of the things they tell you to do is wear proper equipment for the job that you are doing.
Yeah.
So if you cannot control the floor, what can you control? Your footwear, whatever you are wearing.
Exactly.
Yes. So you can have one that has a very good bounce, and it's not too tight, and it's what will I call it? Allows air to flow through it. Yes, don't buy the ones that some shoes we wear and call them canvas. They're actually shoes for what I call it fashion, just for fashion purposes.
Exactly.
They are not for training purposes. Yeah. Yes. So you buy a trainer. If you go there and tell them I want a trainer, you are more likely to get something better than if you say I want a canvas.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, thank you. This was very insightful and knowing so much about fitness, wellness, the flaws. I don't know why I'm very particular about this flaw thing.
We have bad flaws in the country.
Yeah, we definitely do. Thank you so much for coming, and this was insightful.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening. And I'm happy to be here. And maybe I might be here again. If she invites me.
You will be here again. I mean, I can't wait. Thank you so much for listening to Desirable Difficulty. And as usual, it's all our first time here on Earth. Do not forget that yays, lovers, and glasses of wine, these are the things that should never be counted. I'm your host, Viva. Catch you again.